Now we're going to do some application problems. And the first one is a classic. Example 10. A ball is thrown upward from a height of 100 feet. And 100 feet is important. With an initial velocity of 80 feet per second. That's important, especially if you're in physics. The height at any time t is given by t as our independent function. So that's the same thing as x. But it's given by h of t equals a negative 16t squared plus 80t plus 100. And how many seconds, that's x, does the ball reach its maximum height, y? And what is the maximum height? So we just need to find the maximum. Now remember that 100 feet is important. We're going to use it in a minute when we set up our window on our calculator. So go to y equals, I'm going to go down to y2 so we can see it a little better. And do negative 16t squared, or x squared, plus 80x plus 100, and hit graph. And when you hit graph, you're going to get something. Let me check my function very quickly. Make sure I have everything in right. Okay, good. When you hit graph, you're going to get this thing on your calculator screen, and we're going to have to go to Window and get it set up. And that 100 that I pointed out, that's where the problem starts. You pitch the ball into the air when you're standing 100 feet above the ground. So we're going to go down, that's our y value. We're going to go down to our y max. And the keys on this are a little fiddly, so I may jump all over the screen, and I apologize for that. But we're going to go to our y max, and I'm going to put in a y max of 200. And it looks like that might be the maximum right there, but just to make sure, let me make it a little bit higher. And that way I can use our calculate function on our calculator. So there it is, there's our max. I'm going to hit second, calculate. I'm going to choose maximum, number 4. And then it's going to ask for left bound, right bound. So to the left of the maximum, to the right of the maximum, drop your enters and do a guess. And yeah, our maximum happens at 2.5 seconds, and the ball reaches a maximum height of 200 feet. So let me write that down. Let's see here. Maximum is 2.5, 200. And that means after 2.5 seconds, or it reaches maximum height after 2.5 seconds. And then the maximum height is 200 feet. Okay. So now we need to figure out another question. How many seconds does the ball, after how many seconds, excuse me, does the ball hit the ground? Well, the ground is 100 feet below where the problem started. All right, so that's where the problem started, right there at 100 feet. And the ground is, boom, right there on the x-axis. So where the function hits the x-axis represents when the ball hits the ground. So the question is actually asking us to find the x-intercept. So it hits the ground when h of t equals 0. And that's the x-intercept, or the 0 of the function. So we're going to take our function, negative 16t squared plus 80t plus 100, and set it equal to 0. And you're welcome to solve that with some algebra. I'm going to go to my calculator, and I'm going to choose number 2, 0. And I really can't see it that well on the screen, so I'm actually going to go into Window, and I'm going to drop my y down to a negative 25 and see if I can see it better. So now I'm going to drop it a little bit more. So my y min, I'm going to drop it to a negative 50. Now, you don't have to do this, but this is just so you can really see what I'm doing on my calculator. I'm going to do the 0 function again. I'm going to find where it hits that x-intercept. So I'm going to go over here, and on the 0 function, it's all about above the x-axis, and then below the x-axis, and then enter. And it happens at roughly 6 seconds. So after 6.04 seconds, the ball hits the ground. All right, so that problem is taken care of. Now we have another application problem on the next page, which is about having accidents, and it's pulled from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website. And the accident rate is a function of age, and it can be modeled by this. Now notice the 16 to 85, so it's 16-year-olds to 85-year-olds, their accident rate can be modeled by that function. It's a parabola, and it opens up. Just ignore that graph over there. I haven't cleared my screen yet. And we're to find the age at which the accident rate is a minimum. Okay, so X is age, and Y is the accident rate. All right, so that means we need to find a minimum, and we want the X value to give us the age, and the Y value will give us the rate of accidents for that age. So let me put this in my calculator. Get it entered in. Just give me a moment. Okay, and then I'm going to hit graph, and you see there, that's not nice. So I'm going to do a zoom 6. Oh my gosh, the graph has disappeared. Well, once again, it comes down to where the problem's starting at. The graph is going to hit the y-axis at age 60. So that means that we're going to have to take a look at this graph by changing our window around. I'm going to go to Y, and I'm just going to play with a little bit of the Y max. I'm going to put in 80, and that didn't help at all. So I'm going to go back to window, and I'm going to play with my settings just a little bit more. I'm going to go to the X max, and I'm going to change my X-axis maximum to 90, and oh, look at that. Because the ages are between 16 and 85, so this gives us a good model of it, and that was our minimum there. So I'm going to hit second minimum, that's number 3, and do left bound to the left of the minimum, and then cursor over and get the right bound to the right of the minimum, and come back and take a guess. And it looks like around 49 years of age, you have the lowest accident rate, which is 3.98 for the rate. So the age is 49. Let's round to 49. Yeah. I'm going to get the problem written down. So the age when the accident rate is at a minimum is 49, roughly. And then the rate at that age, the minimum rate of accidents is roughly 4, but I'll round it to 3.98. Moving on to part B, now we're going to sketch the graph of the function and determine the period of time. So I'm just doing a quick sketch over here. I've already got it on my calculator screen, and I'm just kind of marking this one right here. And that point is at the minimum of 49 years of age with a rate of 3.98. So if we take a look at this guy and look at how he's working, then we know that it crosses the y-axis at 60. And if it crosses the y-axis at 60, that's the rate of 60, not the age of 60. So if we go over here to where it's crossing the y-axis, that corresponds to an age of roughly, well, an age of 0 and a rate of 60, and then it's decreasing all the way down to the age of 49 and a rate of 4, and then the rate starts increasing the older you get. So the rate of decreasing is from 16, because that's where the function starts, to 49. So it decreases between the ages of 16 and 49. Moving on to the next example, Let me get this drawn in very quickly. Okay, so from 16 to 49, the period of time. The next example, example 12, we're given the problem, a classic problem where we're given so much fencing, which is a perimeter. So a perimeter of 1,500 feet, and we're going to fence a rectangular pen, which is shown below, and we're to write a function of that represents the area, which for a rectangle is length times width. And we also know that the perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And what we're going to do is we're going to use 1,500 feet for our perimeter. And we're going to solve for one of these variables. And let's see. Let's set the length as x and the width as y. So length is x and the width is y. And that means now we're going to solve for, let's see. I'm going to solve for y, and that will give me the value of y to plug in into my area formula. So 1,500 minus 2x divided by 2 is 750 minus x. Area is length times width, which is x times y. So area is x, whatever x happens to be, times the quantity 750 minus x. So there's the area of our pen. And this is our function that it wanted us to write. Now you could go ahead and carry that x through and get area is equal to 750x minus x squared. So you know it's a parabola that opens downward. But either one of those should work. Now we're to find the dimensions that maximize it. So we have the parabola is upside down. We need to find the vertex. And we can do that with a formula, and we can also do that with our calculator. So let me go to the calculator and graph this sucker in. We have area is 750x minus x squared. You're going to hit, when you hit graph, nothing shows up because we have to go play with our window. So let's just think about it. The perimeter is 1,500. So the window is going to be pretty large here. So going down to, let's play with the 1,500 feet. Let's play with the x max first and say we have 1,000 feet in length. And then let's make a big y max because area is a multiplication. It's a product. We're going to have a large area. So I'm going to put in 100,000. I'm going to hit graph. Oh, wow. We need to have a bigger area. So I'm going to go down to the y max and put 150,000. Oh, it's showing up. I can see it now. Let's see if I can squeeze in my second calculate number 4 maximum. So I need to go to the left of the maximum. So I'm just cursoring over to the left. It's going to take a few button presses because it's such a big function. Now I'm going to the right of the maximum and my guess and hit enter, and there you go. X is 375. So the maximum, the dimensions that will give us the maximum area has an X value of 375, and the maximum area, by the way, is 140,625 square feet. But the dimensions, the maximum X value is going to be 375 feet, and then the maximum Y value is 375 feet as well. But plugging it in, 750 minus X, that was what we solved for Y. And that works out to, if you need to use your calculator, just go tap it in, 750 minus 375, and that works out to 375. And I said this was a classic problem. It's a classic problem for a reason, in that when you're just given a rectangle without any constraints, like sometimes the problem's given where it's built on the side of a barn, and sometimes the problem's given where there's an extra section of fence in the middle of the rectangle. But if you're just given a rectangle and asked to find the dimensions to get the maximum area, it will always work out to be a square. And you notice the dimensions for the maximum area on this thing are length and width are both 375 feet.